Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Shataria here at Chicago Branch Great Millstone, prophesizing the return of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. You all ignorantly call him Jesus, but his true and Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai. Coming at you with another lesson. Before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekakadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Honors to the hopeful elect. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical and true Hebrews of the Bible. Salutation to all the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity, the speckled bird, and all those whose lineage goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, healthy Barakatah. And to the Aqua and those of you out there listening and learning, Shalom and Barakatah to you as well. I have a video right here that I'm going to play, and it's madness, man. This man, his time then got short, okay? That Revelation 12 and 12, he's coming down with great wrath because he know he has but a short time, man. And basically, once you see this video, he pulling out all the stops, okay? He just throwing stuff up there to see what stick and what don't now, because this great awakening, this truth is being brought to the forefront, okay? And this man, everything that he has is built on lies, okay? Deception, mass murder, boss BS, okay? This is what this kingdom is built on. Esau, Edom's kingdom, okay? Second Ezra 6 and 9 says, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, okay? But we all know before Jacob's world comes into existence, this present-day evil world, or should I say temporal present-day evil world, it has to be destroyed, okay? And the cleansing agent this time is fire. ICBM missile fire, missile fire, missile fire. ICBM missile fire come raining down on you, Esau, and these 2/3 ass jakes who are gonna get thrust through with this thing, okay? But I have a video I'm gonna let you play. As always, I have to read the copyright disclaimer, and it took 2 channels from me. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the copyright of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so we're going to let this video play, and we're going to jump right in. In fact, this is a short video. I'm going to run it back after I play it.
Are Dominicans. You might be shocked by the answer. The Dominican Republic is located on Hispaniola in the Caribbean, sharing the island with the country of Haiti. However, these 2 countries have a vastly different genetic makeup. While Haitians are almost exclusively descended from African slaves, the heritage of Dominicans is more complex. A genetic study published in 2015 revealed that the average Dominican is 52% European, with the remaining ancestry being predominantly sub-Saharan African at 40% and 8% Native American, mostly of indigenous Taino origin. As a result, 70% of Dominicans identify as mixed. Around half of the remaining 30% identify as black, with the other half identifying as white. While some African Americans might mock Dominicans for not identifying as black, it seems to make sense from a genetic standpoint, as the majority of them have as much if not more European ancestry. How black are Dominicans? You might be shocked by the answer. The Dominican Republic is located on Hispaniola in the Caribbean, sharing the island with the country of Haiti. However, these two countries have a vastly different genetic makeup. While Haitians are almost exclusively descended from African slaves, the heritage of Dominicans is more complex. A genetic study published in 2015 revealed that the average Dominican is 52% European, with the remaining ancestry being predominantly sub-Saharan African at 40% and 8% Native American, mostly of indigenous Taino origin. As a result, 70% of Dominicans identify as mixed. Around half of the remaining 30% identify as black, with the other half identifying as white. While some African Americans might mock Dominicans for not identifying as black, it seems to make sense from a genetic standpoint, as the majority of them have as much, if not more, European ancestry. How black...
And there you have it, Israel. This is the topic of today's lesson right here. Like I said, this man is running out of time, all right? Revelation 12:12 has but a short time, and he's coming down with great wrath. But most important, he trying every way he can to fit himself in the kingdom. I know they heart broke, okay? But the kingdom is only for Israel, okay? That's it, that's all right? The kingdom is only for Israel. First, let's go here. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 37, okay? 28 and 37 in the book of Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy 28 and 37 reads, the curses, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee, okay? So all that mess that they talking about is garbage, okay? Ain't no 30% this or 30% that, all right? These are the curses that we're under, and the curses bear witness to who we are, okay? Deuteronomy 28 and 37 says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. And you see what he's talking about. We are Israel. These are the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? And on that island, he's talking about the Haitians are on one side of that island, okay? Which are the Levites. That's the tribe of Levi, okay? And on the other side are the Dominicans, all right? That's the tribe of Simeon, okay, Israel, all right? And he mentioned 30% Native American. The Native Americans, that's the tribe of Gad, okay? So the tribe of Gad, okay, and the tribe of Simeon are northern kingdom tribes. The tribe of Levi is a southern kingdom tribe. But all three of these tribes are make up the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? So that was a bunch of madness that we just witnessed right there. More lies, more deception, okay? And man, this Edomite, he think he gonna be part of the kingdom. No way. No way they get in the kingdom. Only way they get in the kingdom is in straits, in shackles. They going into slavery. Just like we was enslaved, they enslaved us, okay, all right? He going into slavery. This Edomite is gonna rebuild this place after Yahushua, the Lord's right hand, comes back to destroy it. Once he puts it back together and serves out his 1,000 years of servitude, he's gonna be destroyed, okay? He's gonna be destroyed. That's what he got coming, all right? All the other nations, okay, let's go here. All right. Since we're in Deuteronomy, let's go here. Let's stay in Deuteronomy and get Deuteronomy 23. All right, it says, an Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. So if you go to Revelation chapter 21, verses 12 through 15, it states the name of the gates in which you're going to have to go through to get into the kingdom, okay? And those gates have names on them. And Esau's name ain't on there one of them, all right? His name is not on any one of those gates, all right? He can't get into the kingdom, okay? His name is, how you gonna get in? The Lord ain't made no covenant with him. Judah, the so-called Negroes and blacks. Benjamin, West Indies and Jamaicans. Levi, what he just got finished talking about, that's the Haitians, okay? That's one side of the island. And that's a southern kingdom tribe, the Haitians. And these are the bywords and proverbs that I just gave you in Deuteronomy 28:37. Okay, we're going to be called Puerto Ricans. We're going to be called blacks. We're going to be called niggers. We're going to be called spics. Okay, we're going to be called bean eaters, Hispanics. These are all what I just gave you in that Deuteronomy 28:37. These are the proverbs and the bywords that we're called, but these are who we are. Again, Judah, the so-called Negroes and blacks. Benjamin, West Indians and Jamaicans. Levi, the Haitians. Gad, which he said, that's the Native American Indian. Reuben, that's the Seminole Indians. Ephraim, those are the Puerto Ricans, okay? All right. Manasseh, that's Cuba. All right. Issachar, those are the Mexicans, all right? Those are your Incas, your Aztecs, Salakia. Those are the Aztec Indians, okay? Issachar, the Mexicans. Simeon, that's the other side of the island, okay? Those are your Dominicans. Those are the bywords, okay? Asher, the Colombians. Nephtali, okay, Argentina through Chile. And Zebulun, Guatemala through Panama. All right? These are the 12 tribes of Israel right here, okay, Israel? And these are the bywords and proverbs that we're going to be called, okay? All right? But again, what he just told you, okay, is a bunch of BS, all right? A bunch of BS, okay? And I just gave you Deuteronomy 23:3, all right? And Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even until the 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever, okay? Now you go to Revelation 21st chapter and go down, you get right to the point, around verses 12 through 15, it names those same 12 tribes that I just gave you, and those names are on the 12 gates, okay? All right, so I know this man is hurt, he's upset, and it's through this great awakening, he's known the truth all the time. He's just been trying to hide it from everybody else, all right? And this is more of his BS, his sorcery, his witchcraft, because that's who runs this place, a bunch of witches and warlocks, okay? And again, like I said, this man, he is not going into the kingdom, okay? Right? Like I said, once they rebuild this place, okay? Yahweh destroys it, which is the right hand of the Lord, okay? And they're going to be put in shackles. They're going to be put in straits. They're going to go into slavery, just like they enslaved us. And they're going to serve out 1,000 years of servitude, rebuilding this place that the Lord's right hand, which is Yahweh Savior, has destroyed, okay? All right, and 2/3 of our people, they've taken on this persona. And they've taken on his ways, all right? And they actually believe these lies, all right? Okay, but this great awakening, the truth is coming out, okay? Truth is coming out. We probably closed the lesson. I seen like I done closed a couple of lessons. John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set ye free. We'll close today's lesson out with that 2 Ezra 6:27 through 28, okay, because it's hot right now. But yeah, man, this man is not going to have part of the kingdom with us. No way. All the rape, rob, murder, everything that he's done, all right? Now he thinks he's going to actually have part of the kingdom? Man, are you serious? He was put here to show you what not to be like. And again, 2/3 of these wicked jakes, they take on his persona, take on his ways. Job 9:24 say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17 tells you he puts the earth into the hand. Whoever he runs it through men, and he set up among it the bases of men. And that's Daniel 4:17. So he's the most wicked and evil man, and he's also the dumbest man. If you go to that Job 30th chapter, Job say they were viler than the earth. Around the top of that chapter, he say he wouldn't even let his dogs be around them, okay? And this is, man, these people is not sharing no kingdom with us. The kingdom is only for Israel, okay? And you see what you so-called black women, you have had these children by these Edomites, these babies by these Edomites. Well, those are tares, okay? It talks about that in Matthew 13th chapter, okay? And the angels, see, ain't a lot I'm talking about because but it's who your father, you number through the bloodline of the fathers, Numbers 1:18. We're going to bring that out. It's in the lesson, okay? But you number through the bloodline of your father. Whatever your father is, that's what you are. So ain't no mix, all these is lies, man, okay? And again, all you women who had babies by Edomites, those babies are tares, okay? And like I say, we can't tell the difference, but the angels know, and that's who's gonna be sorting everything out when you're going through those 12 gates that I just named, all right? Okay? This man, the kingdom is only for Israel. Did you see that madness, man? 12% made up. Hey, and he gets that, he gets those false numbers, all right? He gets this false data, and it's basically false everything. And he bags it up with what you might call pseudoscience, which really means false science, okay? And that's what he does to back his lies up. Let's grab that. Okay, let's get that 1 Timothy. Let's grab that. All right, 1 Timothy 6:20. 1 Timothy 6:20, okay? All right, 1 Timothy 6:20. And it says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called, okay? You hear what it says? O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings of an opposite of science and oppositions of science, falsely so called, okay? And again, let's get this here. Let's go back in Deuteronomy. I'm going to run you through it one more time, 28:37. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. And we scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, okay? All right, Israel? I just gave you that Deuteronomy 23:3. Ammonites are the Japanese, okay? Moabites are the Chinese, okay? Edomites, ain't nobody getting into the kingdom but Israel. It ain't nothing but 12 names on those gates, all right? You can go to Revelation 21st chapter, drop down to 12 through 15, and it names the same 12 names I just gave you. And I gave you who they are, the bywords that we're called today. And again, that video you just seen, Salakia, the Haitians, okay, that's Levi. That's the tribe of Levi. The Dominicans, you talking about Native American, and they get all at the Ancestry.com. That's the most wicked, boy. Hey, that's why the Lord got to come back and destroy this place, all right? All right. And like I just gave you that 1 Timothy 6:20. Oh, man. Oh, man. On his pseudoscience, that's what he used to back everything up, okay? But again, the Levites are the Haitians, okay? The Dominicans, that's the tribe of Simeon, all right? And he talking about Native American, that's the tribe of Gad, okay? The tribe of Gad and the tribe of Simeon are northern kingdom tribes, and the tribe of Levi, which are the Haitians, that's a southern kingdom tribe, okay? But again, they get this stuff through their false numbers, false data, basically pseudoscience, which is false science, okay? And I gave you that 1 Timothy 6:20 to back that up. All right, so you can find them tares I'm telling you about in Matthew 13th chapter, Israel, okay? It tells you about the tares in the wheat and how the angels are going to have to separate them going through those gates, okay? But I know this man is hurt. His pride is hurt. This truth is coming out. And it's bearing witness to who we are, okay? And bearing witness to who he is, all right? And I just told you who he was, Job 9:24. He's the wicked. Daniel 4:17. He's the dumbest and lowest race of man on the planet Earth. Salakia. And he won't take any part in the kingdom with Israel, with the Lord's elect, okay? The 1/3. Let's get it now. Let's go here. Numbers 1. And we're going to get Numbers 1 and 18. All right, and it says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls, okay? All right, and then, you know, everything comes from the scriptures. That census that you see them taking every so many years, that's what they got that from here, got that from the Bible, okay? That's what that does, because we used to take a census every often to see how many, you know, warriors we had, how many young children were ready for war, etc., things like that, okay? But this kingdom is only for Israel. Again, Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So whatever your father is, that's what you is. Ain't no mixed, ain't no half white, half black, ain't no African, ain't no Puerto Rican. All those are those bywords I just gave you in Deuteronomy 28:37. Those proverbs and bywords and our words the Lord said we would be called. And truth be told, and the truth is coming into the light, all right? Truth be told, okay? Again, the Haitians, that's the tribe of Levi, all right? The Dominicans, that's the tribe of Simeon. And the Native Americans, that's the tribe of Gad, all right? Okay, let's go here. Let's get this Job. Let's get Job, and we need Job 13 and 4. I ain't had that one in a while, but that's a goodie. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are physicians of no value. And that's this Edomite, man. See, but the Lord is making him bear what it talks about in that Jeremiah 49th chapter, verse 10, and also in Isaiah 47th chapter, okay? The Lord is taking the veil off of this man. He's exposing him and letting everybody see him for who he really is now, okay? All through the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, resting that on his mouthpieces, his prophets, okay? All right? And that's what it is, Israel. So that's what they are. Job 13:4, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are physicians of no value. All right? Let's go here. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? We want Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Where am I? Jeremiah. And we need Jeremiah 12, the speckled bird. Jeremiah 12:9. And it says, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. And again, I just gave you that Deuteronomy 28:37. All right, we're going to be called bywords and you know, I words and proverbs, and we're going to be an astonishment. And the elder Apostle Gabar just did a beautiful lesson on that speckled bird. And that's a bird that's hated. That's a bird that's looked down upon. And you see, we're hated. We're scattered throughout all the other nations, and we're hated by all the other nations, okay? All right? And that's what that speckled bird right there is going into, okay? All right? That's... And we've been scattered for hundreds of years. These people have had their way with our women, done all manner of evilness to them. Shit, hell, Eve, she, some of them, they consented to it, so I can't, that's why she got to go too. But, you know, all these years mixing with these heathens, you're going to have Israelites among the heathen who look like the heathen, like the elder Malcolm always says, okay? But they're really Hebrew Israelites from bloodline, from birth, okay? But when you've been scattered among your enemies for hundreds of years, and the men have had their way with the women, over a period of time, the babies are gonna start to look like, okay, other nationalities, okay? All right? But whatever your father is, I just gave you in that Numbers 1:18, that's what you are, okay? You're numbered by the bloodline of your father. So if your father is Hebrew, you're Hebrew, okay? And you, all this, these, you know, disgruntled Israelites, black-only Israelites, they don't know what they're talking about. He's just seen that I just gave you Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Okay? And that speckled bird is a bird that's looked down upon, a bird that's hated, okay? And we are hated throughout, man, we are hated throughout the earth. Talks about Corinthians, we're still, what's that? 1 Corinthians 4, is that 1 Corinthians? Let me get it. Outscarring, is that 4:13? Here you go, 1 Corinthians 4:13. It says, being defamed, we entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. All right? And we're the offscouring of the earth. Okay? That's what we are, the offscouring of the earth. So the Lord, and that's through the curses, okay? The Lord says that we would be in astonishment. He says that we will become a proverb, I words and bywords, and we're going to be called all these names, okay? All right, but truth be told, we are Hebrew Israelites by bloodline, by birth, okay? Despite this pseudoscience, despite these false numbers, this false data, and all these lies that have been told, okay, which are now being brought to the forefront, all right? And again, I just did a lesson maybe about a month ago. A lie hate the truth. And the reason why a lie hate the truth, Israel, because the only way a lie can exist is if the truth be hid, be taken away. That's the only way a lie can exist. And what's happening is a great awakening, okay? The Lord is uncovering this Edomite. He's taking the veil off of him, and we're seeing him for who he really is and what he really does, okay? But again, we are gonna not just be all black, okay? We're gonna come in all different shades, like the speckled bird, like I just gave you in that Jeremiah 12:9, all right? Okay. Let's go here and we're gonna get ready to close the lesson. What do I need? Because these people are lies. That's what they are. They're forgers of lies. Let's grab that one more time. Job 13:3. Is it? Thirteen and 4, Salakia. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. And that's what this man is. He's a liar. And that's what his whole persona is built on. Everything he's gotten is built on a lie. Okay? And the truth is tearing that lie down, all right? This great awakening is coming to the forefront. And this man is being seen as a liar. Okay? He's being seen as that spiritual demon Satan. Well, Esau, that's him in the physical form, okay, Israel, all right? Job 13:4, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are physicians of no value, okay? All right? Let's go here. Get this Deuteronomy again. Deuteronomy, Salaki, I need Deuteronomy 33:29. Deuteronomy 33:29. And it says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. See, we're the Lord's chosen. We're his inheritance, okay? Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars upon thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Okay, and that's all these idols, okay? Basically, high places, a church, all they places are religion or what, they're going to get treaded down, all those idols and groves, okay? All right, thus saith Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. But these people are liars, okay, and they're going to be found liars, all right? Okay, let's go here and get ready to close the lesson. Let's go here and get ready to close the lesson, Israel. Let's go. What we need. 2nd Ezra 6. And we'll go right to 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what we're seeing real time. That's what we're witnessing firsthand, okay, Israel? We're seeing light being shed on darkness. And again, when you cut the light on a bunch of roaches, what they do? They scatter, they run. We're seeing good overtake evil, okay? And we're seeing this truth overwhelm this lie, being brought to the forefront, okay, putting out this lie that's been told. Whoo! And these people that believe these lies, they heard these lies for so long, they believe them. And you come with the truth, they want to do something to you. What's that movie? You Can't Handle the Truth, okay? But that's where we're at. Real time, firsthand. The truth is coming to the forefront. That's pretty much all I have right now. In closing, I like to say, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadas, Barakatah, Shalom. Kwam Yasharala, rise Israel, rise in the Bible bowl. Until the next time, more will be revealed.